Hi, it's Ricky of Moshville Times here once again. So what a difference a year makes, eh? I interviewed As the World Dies a year ago, and things have changed within the band considerably. So I welcome you, Sonja Rosenlund. I can guarantee I'll have fun and games pronouncing that throughout the interview. I think I'll just call you Sonja. And I'll also say hello to drummer Chris and to bassist Bill. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot as well. I suppose I better mention Scott. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us tonight, so it gives us free rein to take the piss out of him, then, doesn't it? So, who wants to start? Who wants to start? But how the devil are you guys? Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's great to see you. As you can see, we're looking a bit different to the last time we caught up with you.
Yes, yes. I said it off here. I'll say it on air. Sonia, you're better looking than Scott, so more than welcome to have an interview any time. Okay. What was meant to be a big year for As the World Dies after the release of Nebula on Reaper Entertainment, things seemed to get derailed a bit, as so often happens with being in a band. So vocalist Jay and guitarist Dan are no longer in the band. So how unsettling was that? Did the members leave close to one another, meaning a more urgent reflection as to which way the band will turn?
No, it was so Darren was offered an opportunity with Acid Rain. He's known the guys for a very, very long time. He's very good friends with them,
Yeah,
and he had to take the opportunity.
yeah,
And what that did was, yeah, it slowed us down a little bit, but yeah, we couldn't hold him back.
yeah,
And he had to take the opportunity and he grasped it with both hands. And he's playing some fantastic gigs. They've got their new album out. He's playing some fantastic stages. And that's great. I have no issue with that. And there was quite a big gap between Darren leaving. We didn't really have much booked anyway. We was
yeah,
kind of struggling with the scheduling between Scott's commitments, Darren's upcoming commitments, and Jay's personal commitments as well. So there was quite a big gap in between. But then we kind of sat down as a four-piece with Darren gone, decided that we wasn't going to replace him as a guitarist. We was going to look at a different route in
yeah,
terms of the sound that we wanted, particularly for live. So
yeah,
with both albums, we've got a lot of electronic music in the background, a lot of synth work, and we've been exploring the opportunity to bring that to the stage with us, and that means that we don't need that second guitarist. So
okay.
that was our thought process.
I
We
get to be
had a
louder too.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we were kind of looking at that, looking at the route, and then unfortunately, Jay's personal life didn't allow him to commit to what we needed to push forward as a band.
Yeah,
He had Victor Monica, which is his other band, running in the background, but he was never able to really do anything with that due to his commitments with us. And he's got a new baby on the way, so that is in the next couple of months. So it was kind of inevitable that this year was going to be slow for us anyway with that news. And it just came to a head that I think Jay felt he couldn't give the commitment that we needed. And that's where we just parted ways. So we parted ways on decent terms
yeah.
as far as we're concerned. And we wish him the best, particularly with his home life and the family. And we move on. So that's kind of where we are. We had a little bit of hiatus, didn't we, Bill? So
Yeah, a bit of a
we,
bit of
we kind of had the
a moment.
meetings with Jay in April, May time, and we were starting to look at what we're going to do for when Jay was potentially able to return. So we never really had any plans until probably next year anyway,
Yeah.
because once the new baby's here, that's it. Jay's out of the equation for a while, so it was going to be New Year anyway. Had the conversation. Jay parted ways, and we actually didn't do anything for 6, 8 weeks. Bill, we just
Yeah,
kind of
no, I guess it's about that. Yeah,
yeah, we kind of all stepped back, took a breath. What are we going to do? What's our intentions? And we just felt that there was too much good music still left on the table for us
Good.
to walk away. And we hadn't done what we set out to do, which was to get onto that European gigging scene and just show what we're all about. Just show that English death metal has its place. And that was our aim. So yeah, we knuckled down. We started our search for a new vocalist, and Sonia was one of the very first that actually threw a hat in the ring.
Well, I'll just stop you there because I do
Yeah,
have a sequence of questions,
I've
Um,
blown most of that now, haven't I?
Yes. But
I think he's
Bill,
speaking next year.
was there a period of time where you thought this is it? Especially when the hiatus was maybe like 2 months old. Did you always feel that there was a way back, or did you think it's a 50-50?
I think in all honesty, there was a brief moment where we all sort of just said, "Oh, right, okay," and perhaps there was a brief moment, but it wasn't. It was brief, and I think we pretty much quickly came to the conclusion that there was just too much. We're mates at the end of the day, and I think the thought of not, I'll do a 6-hour round trip to get to that band practice, so it's not. It certainly isn't just.
Well, you can't use that excuse anymore because Sonja's a wee bit
Do you know what?
further
That's
than
the worst thing, and this is what it's the worst thing. I'm no longer the longest traveller to this band practice. It does my head in.
That's it. That's
So
it.
local now, Bill.
I know, I am local, but yeah. So that was like there was never any doubt that we wanted to carry on. I think we did just take a brief moment to have a think, but it was a brief moment, and you don't drive 6 hours round trip to not want to because you don't want to do it, So,
No, fair play to you, mate. Fair play to you. So once it was decided that you're happy as a three-piece music-wise, the search was on to get a new vocalist. So I saw the social media post and I thought of going for it myself, to be honest, and auditioning Save the Earth for you. But
God, we'd never have got anything done.
Well, yeah. But seriously, though, I mean, you must have been inundated with vocalists wanting to join the band. But just to let you know, Sonja, I did actually get the role, but I thought I would give somebody else a chance. You know what I mean? So, how were the? I take it you were inundated with vocalists like wanting to join the band, Chris. Did you get a good few offers?
We did. We got quite a range of vocalists, which was surprising. We had some that weren't necessarily from this genre, which made us step back and go, "Are we going in the right direction? Is this where we want to go? Would a change of vocalist completely change the musical style?" And that's what brought us back to what the core of the band is, which is death metal. It's extreme metal. We had a good number, a very good number. Surprisingly, quite a lot from far away. So Sonja wasn't the only one from Europe either. There was 2 or 3 other candidates that threw their hat in a ring, which surprised us. And that's probably what got us really thinking that it shouldn't be a barrier for us. We had a couple of lads come and do some auditions as well. We had one chap that I'm not going to name any names because that's not fair. We had one chap that submitted a video quite late on, and it was really, really good. Really good. But his circumstances probably would have put us back to where we were with Jay. So it had to be that whole package. It had to be somebody that felt that they fitted in, and it had to be somebody that could do justice to the music we've already done, but push us forward onto new levels.
Did I not see in a social media post that Cliff Richard was in the background or something like that?
That's something Scott set up. So it's one of his mates, apparently. They were having a bit of a thing around his camper van, and he threw his hat in the ring as well. So I don't know how far he got. I think Scott kept the videos, didn't he, Bill?
I think he did.
Yeah,
sadly, he wasn't available around Christmas. He became quite busy around Christmas. So.
So when it came to, this is a question for Chris and Bill, when it came to Sonja's audition, what was it that made you say, yes, this is the one?
I don't think we even got through the first track, did we, Bill?
No.
So as soon as we started, so she travelled a long way.
And we still picked her.
Yeah, she actually found her way all the way to the rehearsal room. So when we got there, she was outside ready to greet us. We got in the room and she was nervous. We could tell that she was nervous. And we'd sent her a couple of tracks and she'd already done lyrics and sent us some demo videos back of the tracks that we'd sent over. So we just let rip into one of the new tracks. It's in the set, but it's not recorded yet. And halfway through the track, me, Bill and Scott were looking at each other and we were all just decision made. Decision made. Sonja probably didn't know that, but yeah, we'd made the decision literally within 2 minutes.
Sonja couldn't do that because she had the
Halfway
lyrics
through
stuck
the
to the end of her nose like that.
Yeah. You know, when something just works and you just get that vibe, like, yeah, this is exactly what we was looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, quickest audition ever. 2 minutes in, and the three of us had already started nodding around the room and made our mind up. Simple as.
Well, you kind of led on to my next question as well. I'm sure I've sent you these questions in advance or something. But what songs did you have to learn for the audition, Sonja? And was there one that made you think, I've got this? Or was there one that really pushed you as a vocalist?
I was really nervous, as Chris said, because I've been wanting to, I've been a fan of Scott's work for a long time. So I was very nervous to actually play together with him.
What about me and Chris?
It's quite funny when you meet Scott, though, because he's only like 5'7", isn't he? He's only 5'7".
No, so I had rehearsed a lot from home because I like to be well prepared, but I didn't feel prepared enough. And for some reason, it's more nerve-wracking to go into a room with 3 people and that you don't know and play for them with them than being on a stage with the band for 1,000 people. So yeah,
How did you feel? I feel that. Sorry, how did you feel when you actually sang the songs? Did you think you've got the gig, or did you think, oh, I've messed it up here, I could have done that? Or
well, after the second track we did, I was pretty sure that, well, at least for me, it was a good fit. And they seemed happy, but Scott, it can be hard to read. So and I feel that I'm so inspired by the Birmingham scene and the vocals there. So I feel that it was a really good fit for my kind of vocals. So in that, it just seemed so obvious, and for me to try out and just talking to Chris and the others beforehand. Also, it was such a good fit. It was such a good match.
Good.
It feels like we are at the same state in our lives, and we want the same thing with the band, and everything just feels very aligned.
Well, I'm very happy to hear it. Very happy to hear it. But Bill or Chris, was there any specific reasons as to why it was those two songs? Could it have been any? Could Sonja have came with two of her songs that she chose, or was there a specific reason that you gave her the 2 songs that you did?
So what we actually did was give Sonja the whole set. We said, this is the set that we currently play. If you could learn a couple from there.
Yeah.
And within days, she was asking, well, have you got any more? Have you got any more? Have you got any more? So we sent over a video of one track that we've been messing around with in rehearsals. And within a week, she'd sent a video back with new lyrics, new vocals. And we all watched it and we were like, okay, this is way beyond where we thought we would be. When we got to rehearsal, we kind of said, which one are you most comfortable with? And she said, well, I can do all of them. And that to us instantly was like, this is preparation. This is somebody that knows what they're doing, understands what they should be doing to get to this level. And actually we got through the whole set, didn't we?
We did. And that first track she did was, as Chris said, was the new one. We have played it. I think we have played it live, but
I think we played it once or twice live.
Yeah,
it's very new to us as well.
And so I think the fact that Sonja came in and it didn't just follow the same pattern. She'd written new lyrics, a new vocal pattern, and it just felt natural. I think it just.
Yeah.
I think we all agreed. It just sounded heavier. It just sounded better. Where we wanted to be. And it was just instant. So,
see, there you go again. Because the next question I was asking was, did Sonja sing the songs exactly as they were on Nebula, or did she put her own spin on them from the very beginning?
Right, well, that's the next question then.
Yes.
Put her own spin on all of them, but was also asking questions about them. So it wasn't a case of, this is how I'm going to do it. She did it in a specific way that she was comfortable with, and then asked for input.
Okay.
And again, that's not something that we've had in the past. It's always very much somebody doing their own thing and us almost having to feel rude and go, is there any chance you could do this here or do that there? Whereas it was just more of an instant collaboration where we was all able to discuss and go, maybe we try this. And that, for Sonja, I think you enjoyed the feedback on that because you was able to then put even more of your own stamp on it straight away.
Fair play, absolute fair play. No, that's great, thank you. So when you were putting this new lineup together then, were you looking for vocalists who could recreate what As the World Dies was, or are you looking for people who could help redefine what it will become?
To a degree, we had to look at somebody that could recreate what's already been done to a level, because that's the history of the band. So we can't just throw that in the bin. We still have to pay homage to what has gone before, but we want somebody that's really going to take it by the scruff of the neck and put their stamp on it. So it has to be a reflection of both. Somebody that can deliver, but somebody that can take it forward.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Sorry, Bill, I thought you were going to say something to add.
Sorry, Bill.
No, it's all right. I'm not sure. I think it disappeared halfway through my thought process.
It's a common occurrence, Sonja. It happens to me all the time. You've probably noticed already.
Yeah.
But with a new vocalist comes a new voice, but not just vocally, also lyrically. Sonja, is the next As the World Dies songs going to sound different because they're being written from a different person's perspective, do you think?
Was that for me or for Bill?
Yes, for you. Yeah.
All right, okay. No, I really like the lyrical universe of the two former albums. So,
yes.
So I mean, this whole that the world is mad and how do we survive as humans in this world? And I really enjoy the expression that death metal can give you for like all this anger and frustration and despair that the world presents you with. So definitely along the same kind of themes. Yeah. I do like writing a bit more like with a storyline, but with a deeper meaning. But we haven't discussed it much. I think I have pretty free.
Something tells me you've already written the next album. This is what I'm getting here.
So did we. Makes it easy.
So, Chris, what do you think then? Now that there's a new vocalist and Sonja maybe write 90% of the new lyrics, then do you see it along a similar theme, or do you see it diversifying a wee bit?
I think it's going to be along the same theme to a degree, but I think there is an intelligence in Sonja's writing, and I think that will cut through. So as she said, more storyline based, so more of a concept as a whole album rather than track by track. I think, I mean, the history of the band, the first album, I mean, Jay was only on 4 of the tracks out of 9.
That's right.
Because of the way the album came about. So there was already different themes within that. They all came back to roughly the same concept, but there was already a break of theme. What Jay did with Nebula was tried to create an album concept more so, which really worked. I think Sonja has the opportunity to now embellish on that and make it more of her own, but make it more of an album concept rather than a track by track concept. And I think that's what we want to explore a little bit more. That may help with the writing as well, because you can almost build that pattern throughout the album based on the storylines given from the lyrics.
Yeah. Sonja, what kind of lyricist are you? Do you always have a piece? Do you always have a piece of paper and a pen, and you open the door and you see something in the street, you take a note of it, and then you expand on it later? Or do you read a lot of books? Do you watch a lot of films, lots of documentaries? What type of lyricist are you?
In question, I actually don't think I know where my inspiration comes from. The way I usually work with a song is like I get sort of a demo of the music, and immediately there is some kind of theme that pops out, and I will just sort of flow on that. And also, sometimes the structure of the word flow comes out before the actual words, and then there will be certain vowels that will fit more, and then the lyric takes shape like that. I don't think I think about it that much. It's not like so it's more sort of a flowy creative process. But yeah, I am a therapist, so I'm very interested in how the mind works and how we go about this human experience. So that's of course a big influence.
Yeah. No, it's.
I'll actually think about that going forward. Where my inspiration comes from. Thank you.
So basically, what you're telling me is you're going to sit around for a year and do absolutely nothing until you get the music from the guys, and then you'll write the lyrics. Right, I've got you. It must be easy being in a band. But it was mentioned in Sonja, this is for you again. It was mentioned in a post that you were already, when the band were introducing you on social media, it was mentioned in a post that you were already bringing ideas and demos and lyrics to the band. Could you elaborate on that a wee bit more? Like what you're already bringing to the band?
How much we can say for now. We're very.
I always get an exclusive.
But yeah, we're definitely writing stuff already, and as I say, I feel like we just clicked, so it's very easy to create from that place. The three others have obviously known each other for a very long time, and you are so aligned in the way you work together and create music together, so it's very easy to join and add on to that.
Yeah. How fresh does it feel for you two guys?
Very fresh.
Totally. Yeah. It's great. It's just, it completely, I think we all, well, when I got home, I looked at the messages, and we'd all basically put the same thing about we'd gone home with a smile on our face, and, it just completely re-energized all of us, I think.
Yeah. Cool. But does this mean it's going to be an end to Scott Fairfax doing lyrics? I think, what was it, Final Resting Place or something like that?
I think if he can come up with a few more jams like that, then no. But I think he's going to have a challenge on his hands to get them lyrics put forward now, which is nice. Yeah. The flip side is we might be able to take them lyrics and give them to an actual lyricist and have them rework them properly.
Absolutely. I definitely think you should have kept that an instrumental, but never mind. But Sonja,
feels like he would.
Sorry, on you go.
No, I just wanted to add that it feels like he would appreciate to focus on the riffs and the music and do more his bits and samples and stuff. So, yeah.
Totally get that. But I feel as if I'm picking you on you, Sonja, because this is for you again. With Panzerchrist, you're often delivering vocals over fast, relentless black and death metal. As the World Dies has plenty of heaviness as well, but it also gives the songs more space with slower, more progressive passages. Does this require a different mindset as a vocalist, and is that something that you've enjoyed exploring when auditioning? Like, whether maybe more emphasis on your vocals, maybe you're going to have to growl slower and longer and deeper?
There's a bit of both in Panzerchrist, and I do like the range, but keeping it sort of old school in the sound. I love the way these songs are a mix of both the very slow passages and also some very crunching fast stuff. So I feel that it's just a very good match to what I already do and how I like singing.
Just wondering if you're thinking it's going to bring more attention to yourself because it's slower. You might have to growl for a lot longer. You might have to growl a lot deeper or something like that, which is maybe not something that you've done before.
Yeah, I have done that before.
Yeah.
Yes, I am quite experienced in the
Yeah.
long, deep growls. Yes.
Guys, it's a yes from me. Right? It's a yes
Yeah.
from me. But yes, with Sonja bringing a new vocal dynamic and the band now working with a different instrumental setup, has the lineup accidentally pushed As the World Dies towards a sound that you might never have discovered otherwise, do you think?
Good question. I don't think we've explored that enough yet.
Yeah.
In saying that, the back end of our last rehearsal, we just out of the blue again came up with something that was completely new. So Scott had a little bit of wasn't even a riff, it was a pattern that he had in his head, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
we kind of started playing around with that straight away. And Sonja's already took videos of that back home, and it's kind of, we don't know is the answer. We need to see how that flows. And I think it will stay true to what we've already done, but we already have a conscious decision that we probably want it to be more of an aggressive set when we play live. And I think as we write towards that aggression is then going to come back to the album. So I think the third album will be a lot more aggressive than Nebula. I think the first album had that balance. And I think musically, we're probably going to go back towards that balance of more aggressive music with certain soundscapes in there. I think, if anything, the Nebula album, you would probably atypically say it was a third or fourth album from a band.
Yeah.
Usually you'll get that raw demo, then you'll get two really energetic albums, and then you get that musical album. I think we've kind of done our musical album already, and Scott was able to explore. A lot of it was written through lockdown, so he had a lot of time to pace that album.
Yeah.
And I think now that we're back and we're predominantly writing in rehearsals, I think the aggression will come back through, because that's what we like to play. That's what we like to do when we're on stage. And I think Nebula, as much as we love the album and we love the tracks, it's very difficult to be able to get those onto a live stage.
Yeah, I get that. What do you think, Bill? Where do you want to see the sound of As the World Dies going now? Are you wanting this fast, aggressive stuff, but still maintaining the groove and the atmospheric side of things?
Yeah, 100%. That's I think it's just changing the balance back to the heavier with those as interludes rather than building entire songs around those. Because as Chris says, you know what you notice when you're playing live is, while they've always been really well received, you want to see a crowd going apeshit, and
absolutely,
it's not always possible to a slower sort of roomy song. So yeah, I think it's time to bring back the bludgeon.
Well, two very quick fire questions, Bill. Are you going to bring a bass solo onto the next album?
No.
No. Are you going to speed up the bass so that you're going to get Chris to do a wee blast beat here and there?
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah, I definitely think. I mean,
I say no to the bass solo thing. It could be. I've got I've got bits and bobs that have not brought into the room yet. So yeah,
well, we want to see them then, Bill. That's it.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because I don't know if you've ever brought anything in the 5 years, but so
I actually have. There are hours and hours of songs that we did, and then when COVID hit, they just never got finished, and so there are videos of, and that's half the problem is zeroing in on, we ploughing through it all again and seeing what worked and what didn't, and so yeah.
No, looking forward to it, guys. Looking forward to it. Champion.
Well done.
Right, hold on. And there you go, you can hear that voice. So thanks very much for coming back. We got there. What is interesting though, because Sonja had been over there in Denmark, how are things going to work rehearsal-wise, generating ideas? How's the communication side of things going to work then?
So it's already began. We've already fell into a pattern. So Sonja's going to come over once every 3 or 4 weeks. We will double or triple up the rehearsals like we did last week, and then take those ideas, take those videos back. In the meantime, it gives me, Scott, and Bill the opportunity to get into the rehearsal room and continue to write the music side. So actually, it balances out really nice in a sense that we're able to go in, play with those ideas, and not bore the shit out of Sonja while she sat there waiting for us to finish something. Then we can send her the videos, which gives her the opportunity to then spend 2-3 weeks writing around those to bring them into rehearsals. So we've just naturally fell into a pattern within a couple of weeks of that, and everybody's comfortable with it. I think it works for everybody.
Yeah.
Sonja has the ability to then use the videos that we send and use that as playback and actually overlay the vocals onto it. So yeah, already we've got a working pattern that that we're surprised it's dropped in so easily, but it has. It's just worked.
Good, good. Because I worry about you if you're at Riff Central, because all I see is when Scott puts up a video and he's rehearsing live and stuff like that, he chain smokes. He just keeps constantly.
Not anymore.
He's quit. He's quit.
We are a smoke-free band.
Wow. Or is it just vapes now? You just smoke.
Just vapes, but yeah, not even much of that, to be honest. So
yeah,
smoke-free band. We're all getting old and healthy.
Well,
yeah, nobody wanted me to bring cigarettes from the tax-free shop.
Good stuff. It's also good to know that Scott's smoking like passion fruit and jojoba vapes.
Cherry cola.
Yeah.
That's all he'll touch, isn't it, Bill?
Yeah, it is. He loves it.
Good stuff.
He's done well, to be fair to him, because he did smoke like a chimney, and to just quit like that is unreal.
No, good.
Yeah.
Well, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. But let's keep on talking about music then. So with Scott having Riff Central and with Nebula being almost a year old, you're at that in-between stage of still wanting to play songs of Nebula, but generate new ideas for the new release. So where are we with new ideas, and what can you say maybe the subtle differences between the new material and Nebula and Agonist?
Aggression, energy.
Heavier.
Yeah, just heavier, more brutal. Yeah. More written, more for live. I think that's the thing. The first 2 albums, when we did the first album, we never even anticipated gigging.
Yeah.
Because of where we all were in life. That started. Nebula was written again as a concept. So it was written around those soundscapes as opposed to written around the riffs.
Yeah.
Whereas I think this time it's all going to be about the riffs, all about the rehearsal room and the album. If it's even an album, we might even drop an EP yet. We don't know. We have no set plan. We don't know what we want to do with it. All we want to do is we want to get out there and we want to start gigging again. The album is almost secondary to that.
Yeah.
And I think that will drive us to write new music so that we can play it live, and that will be the test bed for a lot of it. If it's enjoyed live, it'll go on the album. If it's not being received very well, then we scrap it off and we write something better. I think that's where we all are.
It feels like there's a lot of this wanting to share the music with people and actually have that interaction on stage from all 4 of us.
100%.
It's such an important part of it. It's kind of the point. Well, from my point of view.
Yeah.
I just want to play live. I buzz off it so much, and I just want to get there again.
Yeah.
So do you see the songs shortening then? Because I know that a lot of the songs are 4 or 5 minutes. Do you see them going to like 3?
And again, no set pattern, no set thought process for it. There's one track that didn't make the last album that's got a really heavy Black Sabbath groove to it, hasn't it, Bill?
Yeah, it's cool.
The track was 9 minutes long, I think. But there's no reason why we don't just extract that part, and it might drive a track to another 5-6 minutes. But if it needs it, then we'll do it.
I was going to say put it in 3, and there's an EP for you, 3 songs.
Yeah. Part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yeah.
What is that thing about the 3 minutes? Like, I don't think I've ever done a song at those. What is it, 3:10?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's just like... It used to be the airplay, didn't it? It used to be the airplay thing. If it was over 4 minutes, you wouldn't get it on the radio.
Of course.
Yeah. Because how long was Nebula? Was it 48?
48 minutes.
40 minutes. So that's a long for a sitting. But we'll see what you guys can come up with next. Who knows? But yeah, you kind of moved on a wee bit again, because I was going to ask, like, what are you guys thinking of doing with the introduction of Sonja release-wise? Are you thinking of an EP, or are you even thinking of a single to introduce Sonja to the masses?
Again, we don't know, and it can sometimes be very expensive to do that. And as a band, we're a self-funded band.
Yeah.
So the flip side to that is, if you do it and it's not well received, it kind of puts you off. It also puts labels off as well.
True.
So there's a catch to it.
Yeah.
We could self-release something, but then it doesn't have the same reach as releasing it through a label. So again, you're kind of rocking a hard place with a lot of these things. We haven't even had those conversations yet.
Yeah.
We just want to get the energy going and get the music flowing. And then if all of a sudden we've got 4 or 5 really good tracks and we're happy with them, we'll go in and record them and then decide how we release that.
Yeah.
Or we might end up with a full album's worth and go, let's do it. Let's go for it.
I guess the short answer is we're keeping our options open.
Yeah,
and
we'll keep
just,
our options
just see
open.
what happens. And it's
100%. And but I think you're just doing this deliberately. You're teasing me. You've already done it. You're just teasing me, and you're not telling me. That's what it is.
Yeah, baby. That's what we're here to do.
But again, I must ask, As the World Dies has always had 2 guitarists, so with Scott now handling guitar duties on his own, how will you approach that live? Have you had to rethink arrangements, or have modern live setups made that easier, or will the band have to consider bringing another guitarist in the future? How will you adapt the songs live with all the...
So we're about to enter a phase where we're playing around with the electronic side. We're looking at having that as, rather than a second guitarist, we actually considered, do we bring someone in that can do the samples live? That was the first conversation. Yeah. That's quite difficult in the situation we're in, and there's not many people out there that love to do that live that actually want to be in a metal band either. It doesn't necessarily work. I think the only one that's ever really pulled it off was Strapping Young Lad. I think that's it for me. But it didn't really work for them either. So do we look at the route that a lot of the bigger production bands are now doing? Masuga, Gojira, they have the samples embedded into what they're doing live, which makes it more of a show. And we're actually exploring that. And if we do that, you don't need the second guitar.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the question is, would bringing a second guitarist in after that make it even bigger? We don't know.
Also, as Bill said before,
the short answer is we're keeping our options open.
No, I wanted to say that Bill is a bassist who actually enjoys playing the bass a lot. So I would, as you said before, really love to see more of the bass taking up space in the soundscape.
And that's why she's in the band.
Well, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to catching you guys. Very much looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to release after Nebula. I just thank you so much for this interview. But just as a last question for all of you, then, when it does come to performing live, what's the one song off Nebula and what's the one song off Agonist that you're looking forward to playing most? In the set, so it might be.
I'll let Sonja go first.
It might be 6th and 8th in the set list, but you're looking forward to it. So, Sonja, what off Nebula and what off Agonist are you looking forward to playing?
I think I do have one very favorite song, which is "Until You've Bled," and I'm really looking forward to hopefully play that one live. Yeah.
So, what's the reason for that one then? What makes that one your favorite?
There is something about the word flow and the energy and how the structure of the song just matches. Again, this feeling of everything clicking into place. It's just, I really love that song. So, I think that's my choice.
Thank you so much for that, Sonja. Bill, what 2 songs are you looking forward to playing?
Well, I mean, Until You've Bled, I think, is a band favourite. We all buzz off playing that song, so that's my agonist one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Off Nebula, I really enjoy playing them all. I know it's, a bit of a cliche thing, but I really do. I guess one of my favourites is Dark Oblivion, just because I get to play a bass intro, which is, dead simple, but it is just, I just love playing it. So I do just enjoy the way we play that live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody focuses on you for like 10 seconds, then just forget you for the rest of the set?
No, they don't. What normally happens is somebody stands in front of me while I'm doing it. And...
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Which is probably kind to the audience. I don't know, but...
Yeah, good
I'll make
stuff.
sure to point.
Good stuff. What about you, Chris?
I'm going to go backwards. So I agree with Bill with Dark Oblivion, but actually my favourite is Playing God off Nebula.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it drops back in, I still get a buzz every time, every single time, even in rehearsals. When it drops back in at the end, you just get this tingle. I do. Just go through you, and you're like, that's so fucking heavy. And
that's
every time. If it can do that in rehearsals to me, I hope that it can do that to the audiences when they listen to it. Yeah. And that's what I always perceive. So Playing God for me off Nebula, and then off Agonist is still Thin Out the Herd for me.
Good choice, man. Good choice.
It has, for me on the drums, it has every element to it. And they make me play to a click track now because I just kept playing it faster and faster because it's so energetic. But when it's played at the right speed, it has a lot of power to that track. So for me, and it's still the oldest track of the band. So I think we originally wrote that, me and Scott, in about 2004.
That's crazy, man.
But it still has the same energy today for me.
I'll tell you one track. Sorry, just having thought about that as Chris is talking. Another one that kind of ties in with this idea of losing a guitarist and sticking as a fourth, but losing a guitarist, not having a second guitar, is Desolate has completely transformed for me, because when we had two guitars, I simplified the bass line because it became a bit of a mess doing it one way. So I was literally just playing root notes the whole way through it. And what's happened is, because we've now lost a guitarist, I now get to play a better bass line, which has completely freshened that song up for me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the whole question of refreshing it. That's that's it for me. That's where it's become fresh. I get to do different things and more complicated things because there's so much more room there.
Yeah. That was a really beautiful answer, Bill. You nearly made me cry there. That was beautiful. But it's just made me think of another question. Since we were talking of live then, are there any gigs that you're allowed to tell us about? I take it you've got like a few festivals lined up for next year. I've asked you off the cuff, so it might be difficult to remember all the names and when you're playing them and stuff like that, but I take it you've got a busier schedule in 2027 when things are more settled.
We're literally growing it day by day at the moment. So we had to hold fire. We couldn't get any bookings because we didn't have a lineup. Yeah. And it's very difficult to approach festivals and gigs and go, can we get on the lineup, when they're going, well, where's your vocalist first? Literally in the last 2 weeks, we've fired up a load more that we can potentially go after. We've got, in terms of confirmed bookings, we've got a support slot with Discharge through Waddy in December. So that's in Birmingham. So that one's confirmed. Then we've got Festival Dat Unland Vier in Germany in May. And we've got a couple of supporting gigs around that. So we've got one in Belgium at LP, confirmed today. So these lot don't even know yet. I've had a conversation and it's definitely happening. Good. That will be with Fractured Insanity, our boys from Belgium, and with Imprisoned in Flesh, who are from Holland. So we're looking at doing LP, then the festival, and then we're potentially going to do a third gig in Holland on the way back from the festival. So that one's definitely confirmed. And then we've got Rabid Fest in October.
Yes.
that's confirmed. And off the back of that, we're probably going to do 3 or 4 UK dates with the same lineup with Fractured Insanity, Imprisoned in Flesh, and another UK band that we can't say at the moment. We're probably going to look to do 3 or 4 dates. And we will be looking for a gig up in Scotland.
Well, I'll be talking to you off air about that.
There we go. And that is it at the moment. We've got a couple of offers that we need to consider. Yeah, can't say because they're not confirmed at the moment. But the ball is rolling now, I should say, and we're hoping 2027. We're open to offers is probably the biggest thing to say for 2027. Now we've got a settled lineup.
How was the gig in Dundee?
It was good.
Brilliant. Loved it.
Really good.
We're desperate to go back and play there. We loved it.
Yeah.
It was just a wicked weekend, wasn't it, Bill?
It was an interesting weekend.
Yes. Yeah, had some issues getting there and back, but when we were there, absolutely loved it. And actually, half the band got to spend the day going around looking at boats and some history in the area. The other half of us got to spend it sat in quick fit. Yeah.
You didn't take that stupid van of Scots, did you?
No. Took my stupid van instead.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, I know Paul McMillan would have looked after you. That gig in Dundee. He's a good guy, so I'm glad it went well. But yes, I'm sure our paths will cross, whether it's online or face to face again. I do remember seeing you at Rabid Fest. It wasn't last year; it was the year before, wasn't it?
Before, yeah.
So I'm not adverse to seeing you, but when I do see you again, just make sure that Scott goes back to Quick Fit, and I'll just happily talk to you guys, go to the bar and stuff. Yeah, so I forget this is still in the recording. But anyway, can I just say it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you guys. Always willing to talk. So whenever you're ready, you know exactly where I am, and I appreciate your time. Take care, you guys.
Cheers, mate. Nice one. Thank you.